Hello, what's up, guys? Welcome back to My Hero Chapter 303 Leaks. Because the chapter I think it's coming out tomorrow or Saturday. But today we're going to be talking about, leaks you've gotten. I'm just going to read over the summary and talk about it. So let's get into it. So first we have the title of the chapter is Top 3, and it opens up with Best, Genus, and Hawks entering the room. So now they're finally entering the room because it's kind of weird that they're just sitting there the entire time listening to some serious conversation that's going on, and then apologizing for overhearing their conversation. They ask the Todoroki family if they can join the fight against Dabi. Ray suddenly bows and asks for forgiveness for what Dabi did to Hawks, but they calm her down. You know, yeah, of course she wants to apologize, but Dabi did the Hawks, but it's not her fault, even though she believes it is, because she could have stopped him from even becoming who he is, but that's true. And then, Hawks and them wanting me to help with Dabi because, they're a big help now and they really want to be a part of it and help and everything, so it would be kind of good because, Hawks did say he wants to help Endeavor throughout this whole process, even if, because how serious it is. He wants to help him no matter what. And then we have, what was it? And then the group talks about things of what they hear the next steps. Endeavor starts crying and Hawks has discussed the current political climate. The panel switches to Bakugo, who is bleeding and charging through to get everyone in the Deku. Well, yeah, of course he wants Deku to, he's charging through Deku to see how he is because, well, because he needs to be awake, they gotta start discussing the next of the future, So, like, if we don't, getting somewhere, and then, we're gonna be kinda screwed, because we need, to figure out what the next step is, because if they don't, because we have Shigaraki, and if Shigaraki's probably not going to be doing anything for a while. He's probably going to be on hiatus for a little while bit, you know, just because of how much damage his body took during the war. But, we'll see what happens. And then it says, there is a flash of lightning in Deku's room with the line right now. Yeah, well, All Might's in his room and he's saying, I gotta backtrack, I went too far. But actually, so what's going on is that, Jiro is saying that I think it was Denki and Tokoyami, they were fine, so they went home. So, like, their injuries are minor, so they could just go home and everything. So they're good. And, they ask, how's Deku or whatever. And they're like, well, right now he is still unconscious, and they say he is good, he's fine, but right now he's unconscious, and All Might and Noah is there with him, and they're not really saying, and he's not really saying anything, and he said he wants to be left alone, you know, and that's like too that the entire time he's getting knocked out, of course everyone else is getting worried. So, and then we finally had, and that was another part of the chapter, Hontaku, and another part too is, Hawks telling, uh, you know, uh, Endeavor, or NG about what's been going on. He's been saying the Hero Commission is not operating anymore due to the main members being either dead or heavily injured because of, redress, so having a twice cloner just completely before the the Lebanese war and whatever, it's completely wrecking everyone in there basically. And then the fact is that many heroes are quitting because, well, they're like, well, we're quitting because we're not, they already know that we're not that strong enough to deal with that kind of force and just carnage that was just destroyed everything during that war. Like, it was straight mayhem during that. So of course a lot of them would probably decide to quit, But I'm saying like you went into this job too, and it kind of shows, you know, saying there's fake heroes out there. So it kind of does a little bit show. And then and then also then Hawk decides to inform NG that since they're not using support items to fight villains, which is causing more damage. And then he told NG that that's just as his wife said. NG has no choice but to fight. Well, yeah, because they need the number one hero, and he needs to say something. But also too, a lot of people who they're using support items, they don't even know how to use them. They're just learning how to on the spot. So it's kind of not good that they're using these. So like it could give everybody else in the danger, and it's honestly just gonna give a rougher time for the heroes to do anything now, because like you know they don't really trust heroes that much and everything. So it's just gonna be a way harder time. And then so they need Endeavor to fight to help. And then Hawks is together with him, so he should feel. It says that Hawks also told NG that him and Genus will fight together with him, so his shoulders will feel a little less lighter. And then NG, it was speechless and touched with all the support from kind people continued to cry. Natsu told NG that he will support only until NG stops Tonani. Whatever, I don't know how you say that. But then I really want to see. I know that I already know that Todoroki's two of his siblings, you know, Natsuo and I think it's Fayumi. I know they're not heroes, but it'd be kind of so cool to see that maybe those two in the mom decide to like figure out their quirks and to practice to get stronger to at least have some sort of support against Toya and help him out. Like I know it's probably not gonna happen, but hey, you can only theorize on how far they're gonna go with this. So basically, or it'd be kind of cool to see them at least have them some sort of role in here, and then so like, and then. And then Hawk says they proceed to tell NG that he would need to answer the public's question since now he know roughly what happened between NG and Dabi. Bobby said what happened there is between NG and Dabi. He said there's one idea he had no idea about, which is one for all. Fumi remember that, and she heard the word from heard the word from some sort of like book or something. My summary is not good, but and then I had no idea. Remember the word from sort of crowd while trying to enter the hospital. So I saw it. Anyways, and so basically now the word's being used because if you remember reading the war, that word is being used. You have Shigaraki yelling it, or technically One for All yelling it, So it's kind of interesting now the public kind of knows, and he's saying that heard from the word from the crowd, they're just trying to enter the hospital, meaning a lot of people are now aware of One for All. Endeavor remembers that word and connected the dots, and he said Deku, because now he's thinking, well, of course, Deku has it, but it's like, well, he's the only one who has it, so now they're might have to kind of figure how they're gonna reveal, One for All being here. So, we're kind of screwed. Well, they're kind of screwed on, keeping that secret. But now, too, and then, of course, going back to, we're having Endeavor. And I'm not Endeavor, but All Might sitting and talking. He's saying that, too, they just want to be left alone. And also, too, that they're talking right now. Deku is talking with the predecessors of All For One, because, well, the last time he was doing that exact same thing when he was, either asleep or knocked out or whatever. So we might end up seeing that again. Hopefully, because we might see a little bit more with Nana, but I really want to see more with the fourth use of One for All, because we have nothing about him really, and All Might didn't ever want to talk about him when he was brought up in the past. So maybe they might finally talk about him, which would be pretty cool. And then maybe we might get to see the first and second uses of One for All, and maybe that would take away the timeline theories people have. Maybe, we may never know, but we're just gonna have to wait and see on what it brings us up to. And honestly, like, we just gotta hope and see. And now this part I wanted to leave for last. It's that The hero commission several. They're like basically requesting other heroes from other places to come in, and they said they're gonna take a long time to come, but there's at least we get a panel of silhouettes of 5 of them, and we look, and most of them are from American heroes. We see one that does not look like Mr. Celebrity from the My Hero movie, so we have no idea what happened to him or who's his new people. And one guy kind of has like long hair, kind of almost, and then one kind of almost has like a, I don't remember the other look of it, almost has like a Super Saiyan 3-ish look, kind of hair. And then there's one in the My Hero, one of the My Hero movies that has like, I forgot the guy's name, but it was someone who had like, I think it was, he has like some sort of shock ability or whatever. You could probably find it in the movie somewhere. But it's basically where we probably have seen him, so he's probably gonna be the one who's gonna do it. But it's also pretty kind of cool because in most shows you don't really see, them bringing other people from like, let's say like, you have Black Clover, you only get like the different nations, but you don't really get to see like outside of the nations because there's probably land outside of there or like other places like did you guys and you could bring somebody in from like America or something, too. And so like it's pretty interesting that we're gonna get more new heroes. So we're just gonna have to wait and see how far this goes and everything. Well, that was a lot. I know probably I kind of did a bad job. I'm sorry about how I read it today, but I'm hoping you guys do enjoyed it, and I'll try to get these more constant, more and everything. I'm sorry I missed out last week's too. I was just busy, couldn't get time to do it. But this week, I'm gonna see if we can get back into the groove and doing it again. And I'm trying to get the chapter review when it comes out and talk about it more, because we have the summer. We don't get the full-on context until it's done, so we're just gonna have to wait. And so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Peace.